There's a moment in every confrontation when the air thickens, the temperature rises, and everyone braces for chaos. People shout, they posture, they throw noise at you, expecting you to flinch, explode, retreat. But you don't move. You don't blink. You stay exactly where you are, silent, still, unreadable. And that silence, it terrifies them. Because in a world where everyone is addicted to reaction, your calm is not passivity, it's provocation. It makes them question everything. Why aren't you reacting? What are you thinking? What do you know that they don't? They scramble for answers while you stay anchored. And in that confusion, you take control without lifting a finger. Stillness is not weakness, it's design, it's strategy, it's the unspoken warning that says, I am not moved by you. True calmness isn't serene, it's dangerous. It's not about being peaceful, it's about being unshakable. Because when others lose control, the calm one becomes the axis. They become the reference point. The storm rotates around them. The calm man is not the soft one. He's the one who's 2 moves ahead, the one studying the room like a hawk studies prey, wings tucked, claws ready, silent until the moment matters. Think back. The last time tension filled the room, who had the power? Not the loudest, the one who said nothing but made every eye turn. That's what calm does. It seizes gravity. It creates pressure without effort. Because unpredictability starts with composure. People can't read you. They can't time you. And in that blindness, they start to overextend, overreact, self-destruct. That's the moment you strike. Not loudly, not violently, just deliberately. You use their unraveling to move decisively while they're still trying to decode your silence. Be so still it distorts their reality. And the key, make that stillness your baseline, not an act, not a stunt, your default. Why? Because predictable people are easy to manage, but calm, unreadable ones, they shift the dynamic of every room they enter. Look at the great power players of history. Did they rage? Did they flail? Number they watched, they listened. They let the chaos expose the fools, then made their move. When you're calm, others try to define your silence. Is it confidence? Is it contempt? Is it fear? They don't know. And that ambiguity makes them panic. Uncertainty is the most effective form of pressure, and your stillness is its delivery system. But it doesn't stop there. Your calmness isn't just tactical, it's psychological warfare. Because when others are driven by emotion, they expose themselves. Their weaknesses, their fears, their gaps, they all rise to the surface. And you're not reacting. You're absorbing, calculating. You turn their emotion into a mirror. You let them see themselves unravel while you say nothing. And in that nothing, they project everything. They start to wonder, why am I the only one who's heated? Why is he so composed? What's wrong with me? That doubt becomes your leverage. Because when you shake their emotional foundation, you don't need to argue. You've already won the fight before it starts. Calmness isn't about walking through life like a monk. It's about walking into battle like a weapon. Not shouting, not flinching, just aiming. And unpredictability, it's the scope. Because the moment you stop reacting like they expect, you force them to guess. And guessing leads to mistakes. Mistakes lead to openings. Openings lead to dominance. Calmness is your armor. Unpredictability is your dagger. Use both and they'll never see the cut until it's already done. This isn't just for conflict. It works in business, relationships, leadership, negotiation. The moment you stop being the person they can read, you become the person they can't ignore. Imagine this, a room full of voices, all of them scrambling for attention. And then you walk in, Not with energy, but with weight. Not with noise, but with presence. You don't fight to be heard. You make silence feel louder than the shouting. And just like that, the room reorients around you. Because stillness doesn't mean absence. It means dominance without noise. And that is how real power begins. The louder they get, the quieter you become. Not because you're passive, because you've already taken the upper hand. You've mastered the one language everyone feels but few understand: tactical silence. Silence doesn't mean absence. It means control. It means you're no longer responding to the chaos. You're directing it. This is psychological warfare. Because while they're busy raising their voice to gain ground, you've already mapped the terrain. You've already spotted the cracks in their argument, the insecurity behind their volume, the fear behind their accusations. And you say nothing. That nothing, it cuts deeper than any insult. It forces them to confront the space where your response should have been, and they spiral into it. Your silence becomes a pressure chamber. They replay their words in their head, trying to guess how they landed. They look at your face for answers and find only stillness. They become prisoners of your poise. That's the moment they lose. Because when someone starts reacting to your calm instead of their own logic, you own their mental real estate. And when you own their attention, you control the rhythm. This isn't about suppressing emotion. It's about weaponizing composure. You're not denying your feelings. You're disciplining them. You don't react to provocation. You observe it. You don't meet chaos with chaos. You wait for it to burn itself out. And while they're consumed by their own fire, you walk through the smoke untouched. People don't know how to fight someone who doesn't flinch. That's why calmness is feared, because it's unmatchable, because it's the one trait they can't imitate without years of internal work. They can fake confidence. They can fake kindness, but they can't fake stillness. They can't fake not reacting. And that's why you rise, because you're no longer a participant in the noise. You're the architect of the silence. You don't broadcast every thought. You don't tweet every opinion. You don't defend your boundaries with emotion. You enforce them with stillness. And slowly people learn. They learn not to cross you, not because you punish them, but because you don't respond. And that vacuum is louder than a scream. This is what it means to be untouchable. Not invincible, not perfect, just so rooted in your self-control that nothing outside of you gets to decide your state. You walk through conflict without becoming it. You walk through chaos without losing clarity. You walk through opposition without needing to be liked. Let them underestimate that. Let them misread you. Because when the time comes, you don't have to prepare. You are the preparation. That's when you act. And the strike, it's clean. It's final. It's been earned in the stillness. While they were fighting shadows, you became the storm. So understand this. Calmness is not the absence of power. It's the disguise of power. It's the mask before the move. It's the pause before the pivot. It's the inhale before the last word that ends the negotiation, the argument, or the relationship on your terms. This is why you don't need to intimidate people. You let them intimidate themselves in the echo of your restraint. Let them speak first. Let them react first. Let them show their hand. You will sit still as stone while they unravel. And when the time is right, you shift. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just enough to let them know you were never unarmed. You were just waiting. And now everything tilts, because in that single move, you rewrite the dynamic. You become the one they watch, the one they worry about, the one they respect, even if they never admit it out loud. So ask yourself, what could you become if you mastered calm like this? What kind of relationships would shift? What kind of rooms would change the moment you walked in? Because here's the truth. The calmest person in the room isn't the weakest. They're the most dangerous. Not because they threaten, but because they don't have to. Their composure already did. So from now on, let your silence become strategy. Let your poise become pressure. Let your stillness become a language they can't decode. Only respect. Speak less. Move with intent. React never. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You need to be undeniably still. And when they ask what makes you different, don't explain it. Let them feel it. Because real power never announces itself. It enters, it observes, it waits, and it wins. If this message hit you right in the chest, it was meant to. Drop the phrase, "Still, I dominate," in the comments. Then vanish. Let the algorithm wonder where you went. Let the world adjust to your new silence. Because from here on out, you don't chase control, you embody it. And the calm that lives inside you, that's not peace, that's command.